Hey guys, Stitching May here. Just gonna do my January update. I've got some whip updates to show you and a haul to show you, and then a small haul to kind of tell you about. I'm just gonna jump in with my whips. I did start with the stitch along in January, the Mirabilia stitch along, and I am doing Emerald Dragonfly. Just in case some of you don't know, this is the Emerald Dragonfly that I'll be doing. And I am stitching this with all the things that the project calls for. I didn't do any like customizations or personalizations on this. This is about a week and a half's worth of progress. My goal was to stitch the body and one wing. And I got that finished, and then a little bit of a second wing finished. I've been absolutely positively loving to stitch this project. It's got a lot of Krennic number 4 braid, very fine braid in it. And I have to say, I've used the number 4 braid before, but I used it with 2 strands of DMC as well, almost like a blending filament. And I had never just stitched with the number 4 braid metallic. And so far, it's been great to stitch with. It's only frays when I kind of try to thread the needle. I've used the DMC metallics before, have a complete hate relationship with those. I mean, they're pretty, they're cheap, and they get the job done, but they fray so easy. And I have used the Krennic blending filament and was not impressed with it. But I am, again, for the second time, this is the second project I've used it on, and very impressed with the number 4 braid, Krennic number 4 braid. So this is on 32 count linen. And I am stitching the Krennic 1/2 instead of 2/2. The DMC I am stitching 2/2. I plan to finish out all the cross stitch of the metallics and the DMC, and then I'll go back and add the beading and then the whisper floss. The whisper floss has got me a little bit worried. This does have a lot of quarter stitches in it, and I did have some issues, especially in this light turquoise area. I was on Skype with a friend, and what I was doing is, because I stitch over 2, I was doing the quarter stitches through the middle piece. By the way, quarter stitches are so much easier on linen than they are on Aida. But when I was going back to do the whole stitch next to the quarter stitch, I found myself, like, instead of stitching over 2, I would end up doing a very small over 1X and had to frog it. And I think I frogged this one small turquoise spot like 3 times. But other than that one little area, this has been a very easy, very fun project. And I'm already looking into getting the second dragonfly. I think it's called the silver dragonfly. So that way I can make the set of them. But there's my progress on that. I won't work on this anymore until February. And then on Starry Night, I did finally finish the 3rd page. I don't know that you'll be able to tell a difference in that area, but I also started the 4th page. And I got about 250 stitches at the 4th page. Of course, this down here is the 3rd page. I only had like 30 stitches left in the 3rd page before I had that page complete. And then up here will be the 4th page, and this is the progress. Not a lot of fun progress, only one color. Like, I do the whole one color at a time per page. But I'll probably work on this again this week. I gotta look at the calendar and see how many days are left in January. I will either work on this again this week, or either I will do 99 bottles. I have to get 99 bottles in January. If there's enough time next, I'm just gonna have to look at it and see how the calendar works out. And I'll do 99 bottles toward the last week of January. So, but that's the progress there. Not a whole lot. Still loving to finish this. I do not park. I cannot park. The threads hanging off in the front just throw me off and they get tangled. More power to those of you who can park. I do grid, however, and that's how I do the one color at a time progress. And last and certainly not least is my husband's stocking. Again, I'm only working on this at work in between breaks and that kind of thing. I don't have this like in my weekly home rotation. But it is coming along quite nicely. I have finished all of the bottom houses on the stocking. And of course I've got Santa finished. I just have to do some back stitching for an eye. And I think I'm going to add, it's weird, he doesn't have reins holding on to the reindeer. So I think I'm going to add reins to the reindeer. Now, this was stitched all in Weeks Dye Works, and I just decided to use the DNC alternatives for that. However, this color down here was 3790, which ended up being about the same color of the fabric, and that was such a big area that I wanted to be, you know, to be able to really tell a difference in where it was. So I changed the color. I think it is 869, and I also changed the color. This reindeer was going to be the same color as this, and I changed him to the same color. The second reindeer was actually coming out a green color, so I changed him to either 898 or 938. I have 898 and 938 both in the project. One is the darker brown here, and then the other will be this deer. Whichever one's the lighter of 898 and 938 is the color I'm using for the second deer. All that I have left on this project are some stars and some stars and a moon, and then my husband's name, and this one will be done. So I should have a finish hopefully by next progress update, and if not by then, definitely it'll be done by March. And then I will start my stocking. I almost had an unexpected start already this year. My son saw the Thomas Kincaid Mickey Mouse that I had purchased and got really excited about it, and I did grid the fabric and started looking at it and decided I was able to resist the temptation and put it to the side and not start it yet. I had planned to start the needleworker that I kitted up while I was on vacation next, but now I may start the Mickey Mouse after I finish Mirabilia because he was so excited about it. And I will grid it up, and I will try to do it the way the Life of Me does, and do one color per project the whole way through and see how that works. I am a little bit worried because it is on Aida and it does have some quarter stitches, so I will see how that goes. I don't really want to switch out to linen, but because I don't know what I'll use, because it's such a small piece, I don't know what I'll use that piece of Aida for later, so we'll see how that goes. But definitely got the needleworker coming soon, my stocking, and then I guess the Mickey Mouse. He was the only one that was kind of unexpected this year. I think my plans change every video. I don't think I can do a 2015 plan video. I tried to, but every time I do, my plans change. So I'm too scattered, too ADD. So on to the haul. I did not participate in the Stitch from Stash budget this year. I actually thought that I was spending more money because of that budget, because I was thinking, hey, I can go spend this money on cross stitch, even though I maybe not would have normally done it that way. But then this month, within the first week of this year, I got an offer from, I want to say, the World of Cross Stitching. I'm not sure if that's the magazine or not. I know it's one of the UK magazines. It's not the Cross Stitcher. I think it's the World of Cross Stitch. Got an offer in the mail randomly for a full year, 13 subscriptions for $39.95. That's unheard of. That's like $3 a magazine for a UK magazine here in the US. I can't, like, cover price would be a piece $9 or $10, so I would pay that for 3 magazines, much less 13 magazines. So I did splurge and go ahead and subscribe to that magazine. It'll take 6 to 8 weeks before I start getting the magazine though, so I don't know when I'll get it. So I don't have that yet, but I did go ahead and splurge. So I'll have those coming soon. And then I went to my local thrift store, and I did get a few items there. This one is, I mentioned last video that they had those packets of charts that were like $9 to $12, and they had like 35 to 45 books in them. I went and I found there was one left, and I went ahead and grabbed it along with a few other books or a few other pamphlets. Got to the front, and the guy's like, oh, this week's Red Week, which, because all of their labels have colors on them like this. And he said, that means that that's half off. So I got it all half off. So I got like one of those stacks, and then I think 2 or 3 other books for like $12. Some of them I have listed on Stash Unload because there were so many that I wouldn't use that mixed in with some of the ones that I would use. So, but I'll show you some of the ones that I decided to keep. And this one is called Sisters and Brothers. I'm going to, of course, do the sister one because I have a sister. But the poem says, we shared many secrets, the same mom and dad. We shared lots of good times, don't think of the bad. Our memories we will cherish with love without end. I'm glad you're my sister. I'm glad you're my friend. And it's kind of an older alphabet, which I showed it to my sister because I liked the poem, but I showed it to her to see. I wanted to do it as a surprise, but I didn't know if she would like the font. And she actually likes the font because when we look closer, they look like little bitty daisies. Plus, it's got that poem, and then it's got the full alphabet on the back where you could stitch whatever you wanted to, you know, in that font. So really you get the alphabet and then the poem. This, it looks like it's made by Charted Designs by Harriet Tew. It says, it's got stickers over the, I'm sorry, over the name, Hutspot House, it looks like. But there that is. And then I got another one of the Cross Stitch and Country magazines for like 50 cents. Sports That Count, I think it is. It's just a bunch of different sports themed ones. I got that just in case my son is into sports. Plus it's got this really cute gymnastics one on here, and my niece does gymnastics, so I may even stitch that for her eventually. We'll see. I guess it depends on if she continues on at it or not. And then I've got this one by Leisure Arts, leaflet 2570, buttoned up for the holidays. It's got pumpkins and angels and Christmas and Santas, and I would show you them to you, but it's the pattern, so I can't really show you all the pictures without showing the pattern. So I got that again for 50 cents. This Premier Collector's issue of Country Stitch. This was in the bundle. Those are all separate, and I paid 50 cents a piece for those. And these were all in the bundle and separate, and these are the ones I'm keeping for myself. Some of them I'm gifting and that kind of thing. It's got a sticker on it, but it was actually in the bundle. And then there were a lot of these Ann Powell designs, heirloom stitchery, and some of them I even had 2 of them of. So this is one that's got Merry Christmas by Ann Powell. Sweet Dreams by Ann Powell, which this one, oddly enough, somebody had already started, and it's got the fabric in it. And I don't know that I'll use this, but I thought that was neat to see somebody else's stitching. I don't even know which way's up or what, but to me it looks like it wouldn't fit because that's right in the middle, and so it's very musty smell. It's not like smoky smell, it just smells like storage. But there that is. And then Home Sweet Home. And then A Family's Forever. And this isn't one that I really want to keep, but it's so marked up. The chart is, she's got so many notes on it. She's a chart marker. Apparently whoever on this was a chart marker. And she's marked all over it. But that was it for the thrift store haul. However, while I was at the thrift store, a lady walked up next to me, and she's looking at me, looking at the cross stitch stuff, and she says, "Oh, so you're a stitcher?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I cross stitch. It's a lot of fun." And she said, "Well, my mom's got this tote at home that we've been trying to go through, and I've got just a bunch of stuff that I'll never use. You know, are you interested in it?" And we exchanged numbers, and we texted back and forth, and we finally agreed on a price. And for $20, she gave me this tote of stuff. And she said, I posted some pictures on the cross stitch and discussed to group of the stuff to ask people what they thought it was worth, and because she didn't know, she had no clue what to ask for, and I've never bought a bundle, so I didn't want to take advantage of her, but then I don't want to overpay either. So she said that she'd been thinking, when I named $20, she had said that's what she was thinking of too. And then I got it, and then I felt kind of bad. I even told her when I got it that I may owe her a little more, and she refused anymore. Let's start off with some of the kits. There is a Christmas greetings cross stitch kit. It's got a little teddy bear. Looks like it's a card, and it's got the aperture inside of it. And then there is this teddy bear that's got a heart that says love. Apparently this lady is very, very into teddy bears. Her daughter's into teddy bears as well too, so. And this cute baby, welcome baby kind of ornament thing, which oddly enough I may do as a quick birth sampler. I've got a friend that's expecting a baby soon. We shall see. And then another teddy bear ornament. And this has got everything including the felt in it. And then another teddy bear ornament that says home is where the hug is. It's a cute saying. It's even got like the little ruffles to go around the, like to make it a hanging in the lace with it. The kit seemed a lot more like inclusive. Like it even had the finishing stuff back when these were purchased. Then here is Have a Very Merry Christmas, and it's got, it looks like it's been made in a pillow, and it's even got the ruffle for it as well. And then a stamped kit that says it's another Babies Won't Keep poem. Cleaning and scrubbing can wait till tomorrow. For babies grow up, we learn to our sorrow. So quiet down cobwebs, dust go to sleep. I'm rocking my baby and babies don't keep. This is actually a stamped cross stitch though, and it does not have the true chart. It's just kind of got what colors to put where. So I don't know that I will do this. And it's been opened, so this one may be kind of put it to the side because I wouldn't want to gift it to anybody because it's been opened. So. And then, let's see, Stitchables, and this is embroidery. This is Sisters Are Special. And I think that's all of the kits. No, it's not. Oh, no, they don't know the kits. Then, Babies Are a Gift of God, another teddy bear kit. Counted cross stitch, please be patient, God isn't finished with me yet. And then a little clown one that says, if at first you don't succeed, you're running about average. I thought that was funny. And God bless our home. Just a bunch of different kits in here. And then there were 4 packs of 22 count Hardinger Ada. 4 of those packs, and for 5 of those packs. A magnet stand. I mean, this lady, I told her that I owed her more and she wouldn't let me pay her anymore. And then some floss. Now here's the weird thing about the floss. This bag is just a bunch of different, some of it's pearl cotton, some of it's, it looks like maybe needlepoint floss or thread and yarn. Just a bunch of different stuff mixed in. Then she had this bag of floss that wasn't on bobbins. And there is a thread brand in here called, it's got Anchor JP Coats and then one called Royal Society. And when I started looking up this Royal Society 6-stranded floss, it looks like the business went out of business in the 1930s. Which means that this floss was made by, at very latest, 1930. Unless I'm mistaken and somebody else bought out the name. And if you guys may know more about that than I do, I don't know. But that means that this floss is almost 100 years old. There are 3 skeins of this Royal Society floss in here. It's crazy. And then, of course, it's got Anchor and some BNC. This little baggie full. And then while she was out, before I could get this stuff from her, she had taken some of the skeins of floss out to keep for memories and sentimental things. So she said, I saw this packet of floss at a thrift store and I grabbed it to make up for the floss that she took out. And it's all DMC floss. And she threw it in there extra and again didn't charge me, even though I tried to pay her for that. And then there were 2 full bobbin boxes worth of floss. And then 1 skein of this, it looks like it's the treasure braid, but it's called Tiara, a twisted French metallic for cross stitch and needlepoint on Congress and 18 count. But it's a very pretty turquoise color. And then another floss that I have no clue about. I think it's rayon. Marlitt, M-A-R-L-I-T-T, and it's written in German. So, and I'm not going to even try to do that with my southern accent. But it's this really pretty red color, and it's number 883, Marlitt. If you guys know any more about this, I think it's rayon. And then these bobbin boxes are mixed. Some of this is the Doris, you know, just the stock that you get. Have you seen those bobbin boxes that comes pre-bobbinated with like, just off-brand floss, and it's got the DMC numbers. It's got a lot of that in it, mostly that. It does have some DMC in here already bobbinated. This one I think is mostly the off-brand. It does have some DMC variegated threads here and there, and then I found that it's got this brand. And I posted a picture on Facebook as well to try to find out more about it. And apparently this is from the American Thread Company, who at some point merged with JP Coats, which also then in turn merged with Anchor. So this company went out of business in the 1970s. So, but there's a lot of variegated thread from that group, from the American Thread Company. And a lot of theirs are variegated threads, but I've got like 3 or 4 of this color, and then and this box is more the variegated threads. It's not as full, but these are all like the variegated threads. These are all the same color, like 10 of these skeins of, I think it's number 1505, and then more of that green color. These are mainly variegated. Some of these are DMC variegated threads as well. What I've decided I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and mix the DMC in with my regular stash, and then the ones that are different brands, the off-brand and the name brand but no longer in business ones, I'm going to leave in these cases and kind of just mix them in on freebies and stuff like that. But that is really it for this month. So I spent a total of $32, not counting the magazine, which I'm not on my stash budget anymore. So, but I'm still kind of keeping up with it, because next month I'm going to try not to buy anything and only stitch from what I'm already working on. Okay, camera kind of cut out on me, so let's go again. With all that out of the way, all my whips and updates and stuff like that, I was going to touch on something real quick. I've been kind of contacted on the side about some people feeling a little discouraged on Flosstube. I know that a lot of you guys have seen the videos and watched the hangouts and seen all the sales that are going on and know about all the different stitch-alongs. I know that there's stitch-alongs on Instagram. There are some on Cross Stitch and Discuss too. There are plenty on the group Cross Stitch It's Fun, which is kind of the hangout group. And I think people are starting to feel that if they're not in any of these stitch-alongs, that they're being left out of Flosstube. And I just want people to know that each of those groups are kind of within Flosstube, but Flosstube itself is, it's kind of its own thing. It's about showing your work, whatever you're working on, showing whatever you're hauling to where we can be enabled, confessing about your budget overspends like I did this month. And so if you don't enjoy the hangouts, or you don't take part of the SALs that are going on and that kind of thing, know that that's all separate. It's all kind of its own. It's just this big umbrella, I guess. And please don't let that discourage you from making your videos or showing your work or anything like that. We love to see all the work. We love to see any project, even if it's not part of an SAL, even if it's not, part of an organized group or anything like that. Just show your projects and your haul. We enjoy it all. I think everybody will still continue to be very welcoming and comment and just show the love of cross stitch. That's what it's all about. It's all about the love of cross stitch. And I just want to make sure you guys know that. And again, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. And I look forward to seeing your videos and your progress this year. Take care.